What if I told you that right now you are witnessing a hate crime? You might even be committing the same offense yourself.
It's a fascinating documentary because the chronic inability of apparently sane, intelligent individuals to answer this incredibly simple question is breathtaking.
Matt Walsh, the firebrand of anti-woke rhetoric, has done it again.
What is a woman?
Am I racist?
His probing documentary, What is a Woman?, sent shockwaves through the cultural landscape. And now Walsh is back with another incendiary project. This time, he's taking aim at the very heart of anti-racism in his latest film, Am I Racist? The reaction has been nothing short of explosive. Some have greeted it with hesitant curiosity, while others have reacted with outright scorn. Walsh's new film has ignited a firestorm in woke Hollywood, and the controversy is exactly what he hoped for. His new film has not only fueled controversy, but also highlighted the growing chasm between traditional values and progressive ideologies. In this expose, we'll dissect Walsh's latest cinematic foray, see its impact, and explore why it has become a lightning rod for criticism. In a bold move that echoes his previous antics, Walsh goes undercover in Am I Racist? He crashes anti-racism workshops, infiltrates exclusive dinner parties, and engages with experts and everyday people while donning the persona of a bumbling, overzealous DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion trainee. Walsh's antics are a calculated assault on the burgeoning anti-racism industry. He plays a caricature of the over-the-top virtue-signaling DEI consultant, and his portrayal is as amusing as it is cutting. The satire sharpens as he attends high-profile events like the private supper club Race to Dinner, where wealthy white women pay exorbitant sums to hear lectures on white supremacy from co-founders Regina Jackson and Sarah Rowe.
The topic of racism is back in vogue.
The film's release is notably timely. Kamala Harris, poised to become the first female president of color, has made her racial identity a central aspect of her campaign. Her race, along with her gender, is prominently featured in her political narrative. This context makes Walsh's film a high-stakes commentary on the current racial discourse. So, what's really cooking? Walsh, known for his provocative style, is back with another cinematic revelation. After the success of What is a Woman?, which examined radical transgender ideologies, Am I Racist? Promises to be a game changer. The film, kept under wraps for over a year, is set to push boundaries and challenge the DEI orthodoxy.
Matt Walsh of the Daily Wire has now gone undercover to answer the question, am I a racist? You're not going to want to miss this.
News host Liz Storer said, "You're not going to want to miss this." Instead of simply asking the question, am I racist? Which is essentially what he did with What is a Woman? Was it really needed? Well, many think it was because he dives deeper this time. He allows people to dissect his whiteness and push him towards becoming anti-racist, all to test the limits of their ideology. It's honestly brilliant. And on top of that, it's hitting theaters nationwide, which is absolutely wild.
I need to look like one.
What is racism?
If you're familiar with Daily Wire lore, this gets even better. He's wearing the exact same costume and wig from the film Lady Ballers, where he played a super over-the-top peace and love lefty. That just makes the whole thing even funnier. So in short, he literally embodies the role.
So I'll look around the room and point to who we believe is the most racist person in the room.
Walsh's undercover escapades reach their zenith when he infiltrates a support group called Grieving White Privilege Anti-Racist Allyship Training under the alias Steven. His signature look, plaid shirt, thick beard, and quiff, gives him away, creating an atmosphere of tension. During the session, a workshop participant recognizes Walsh among them, one of the right-wing America's prominent figures. The atmosphere quickly became tense and uncomfortable. Meanwhile, the cameras continued to roll. "I want to make sure that my physical safety, yours, and everyone else's here is secure," said a woman in attendance, her voice trembling. Rashia Wade, the black woman leading the group of white attendees, asked Walsh to leave. Ultimately, members called the police and Walsh had to conclude his shoot. But not before the 38-year-old cracked some jokes at the expense of the anti-racism workshop. "Is it because I said I had 17 black friends?" Walsh asked. "It might have been 15, it depends on how you count them." Before being escorted out, Walsh suggested he needed a better disguise. In an email exchange with the Mail, Walsh continued to joke about the incident. "I wanted to confront my whiteness, and they called the cops on me," quipped the filmmaker. That doesn't seem like a safe space to me. Back before, he could go undercover with relative ease. But Walsh's fame, especially after the success of What is a Woman, has made it much harder for him to go undercover unnoticed. The anti-trans film and Walsh's eponymous Daily Wire show have made him a minor celebrity, with 2.9 million followers on X and praise from the platform's owner Elon Musk. Thankfully, Walsh had plenty of examples of liberal attire to choose from. He recalled an awkward past interview with Patrick Grzanka, a gender expert from the University of Tennessee. Walsh decided to mimic Grzanka's look: tweed jacket, skinny jeans, and a blue shirt. To complete the outfit, he sported a man bun, a seeming quintessential symbol of liberal metrosexuality. For the remainder of the 1 hour, 41-minute racism movie, Walsh goes undercover as a ponytailed liberal. He plays a bumbling rookie diversity consultant who spouts racial justice buzzwords. He infiltrates the closed-door progressive supper club Race to Dinner, where white women guests pay thousands of dollars for Regina Jackson and Sarah Rowe to lecture them on white supremacy. Walsh also meets with Robin DiAngelo, the prominent anti-racism scholar who coined the term white fragility. Here's an example of white fragility.
So basically, I'm like enemy number one. So I'm a racist, sexist, homophobe by your logic.
Sexist, yes.
The film critiques the booming diversity, equity, and inclusion (DEI) industry, which expanded significantly after the police killing of George Floyd, an unarmed black man in Minneapolis in 2020. DEI advocates argue that it helps increase access to jobs and colleges for women and minorities who have historically faced barriers. However, Walsh and others criticize it as a woke box-ticking exercise that ultimately deprives opportunities from straight white men, while DEI consultants pocket six-figure salaries for running what they view as absurd workshops on microaggressions. Everything about this movie exposes the anti-racism movement as one giant grift, Walsh said. The clip, which was shared exclusively with the Mail, is just the beginning, he added. People will be shocked when they see the rest. The film is the Daily Wire's first theatrical release for an in-house production. The company's co-CEO, Jeremy Boring, said he wanted it to reach every corner of America, not just the Daily Wire's core audience or political conservatives. DEI is the next pillar of the woke mind virus that's about to topple, he added. The film hits theaters on September 13th, and the trailer has already amassed over 5 million views. The hype surrounding it suggests it might surpass the impact of What is a Woman, though that will be a tall order, given the latter's profound influence. The provocative nature of Matt Walsh's Am I Racist has undoubtedly sparked a huge debate and controversy. As the film makes its way through theaters and into the broader cultural conversation, it promises to challenge prevailing narratives and fuel discussions on race, identity, and social justice. The film's provocative nature and the debates it ignites are expected to influence cultural and political conversations in the coming months. So, what do you think? Is Walsh's latest project a bold critique of the anti-racism industry? Or is it a divisive attempt to exploit cultural tensions for entertainment value?
Racism is when you're racist.
That was a shocker, wasn't it? Stay tuned as the fallout from Matt Walsh's latest provocations continues to unfold.